Today we're talking about how to increase your fitness center's appointment show-up rate. And make sure you stay to the end because I have a really interesting statistic that I'm sure is just going to blow your mind. Hi, I'm Tom Jacobs and welcome back to the channel. Hey, would you like to be notified every time that I put new content up on the channel? Well, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button right there and you will be notified every time that I put new content up. As you may or may not have known, I owned a fitness center for 9.5 years. I mean, look, you spend tons of money on advertising, whether that's Facebook ads, Instagram ads, you're doing seminars, my personal favorite, by the way, or you're doing networking, whatever. You're spending a lot of time and money getting those leads into your funnel. And it's super frustrating when you book a consultation and they don't show up. So I want to share with you 5 tips on how to make sure that you are increasing the show-up rate of those consultations that you do book. Now, I assume that you have a great program. That's the base assumption here, because it's one thing to bring people into the funnel, but if you're losing them on the back end because your service sucks, well, that's something that you need to really take a look at if that is the case. And if you're interested in talking to me about that, I can certainly help you out because that was an issue that I had in my business and I was able to quickly turn that around in a matter of 3 to 6 months. So let's dig right in. The 5 tips on how to increase your fitness center's appointment show-up rate. The first tip is you have to have a voice confirmation that they are actually going to show up. In today's age, everybody likes automation and emails and text messages and voicemails and things like that. Well, it's one thing to send somebody a text and say, yeah, I'll be there. But it's a whole nother level when they verbally say, yes, I will be there, I promise to be there. And that's why I really highly suggest everybody gets a voice confirmation. That means picking up the phone, dialing the number, and actually talking to the person to make sure that they will show up. Psychologically, when somebody makes a promise to another human being, they are more likely to actually go through with that promise. So it's vitally important that you get somebody to actually verbalize that because, again, it's that kind of neuro-linguistic programming in your brain. You know, it just sets off all of those neurons and gets you to actually do what you say you're going to do. So number 1 tip is get verbal confirmation. The second tip that I have for you is that you want to send a testimonial video. Why would you do this? Well, you want to warm up that lead. Most likely they came off of cold traffic, meaning they don't really know you, like you, and trust you yet, so you have to warm them up. And one of the best ways to do that is with really great testimonials of happy clients that have gotten the results at your fitness center. Now, one way of doing this is when somebody books a consultation, you would send them a confirmation, right? And a lot of these calendar programs do that automatically, and you can add some custom text into the confirmation email, and then they can download that confirmation into their calendar. It's very slick. So that's kind of tip 2.5 is getting one of those calendar systems like Acuity. I'll put the link down below for them. That's my personal favorite. That's who I use in my business. In their confirmation email, you can put a link for the person to watch some video testimonials. And you should probably have those up here on YouTube as well so that other people, you know, just seeing your testimonial videos, they go, oh wow, this is really cool fitness center. I should book a consultation. And then in the comments below, you're going to have, of course, the comments of, or a link to your calendar. And then you book them and then they'll see the videos again, right? So tip number 2 is make sure that you're sending out a video testimonial of your clients. So I have a really important question to ask you. Are you using a CRM? That stands for Customer Relationship Management Software. That would be something like ActiveCampaign. It's a way of engaging with your clients on a regular basis. So just curious, make a comment below. What are you using? What do you like? What do you dislike about it? I mean, there's a ton of them out there. Personally, I use ActiveCampaign. Love it. It's pretty intuitive. It's inexpensive and gets the job done. All right. Tip number 3 in the 5 tips on how to increase your fitness center's appointment show-up rate is you want to send them a gift. A free PDF. Maybe it's a cookbook. Maybe it is a workout routine that they could do at home without any weights, like a body weight exercise program. Something very simple and very easy to deliver, right? Maybe a 5-page PDF, something like that. You want to make sure you put social proof in there as well. Now they're going to get that video with the video testimonials, and then you're going to give them this gift. Hey, thanks for booking the consultation. I thought I'd give you this gift, a cookbook, a free workout, whatever it happens to be. Why that is important is because the law of reciprocity, right? You're giving them something, and then if they don't show up for the consultation, well, then they're the bad person in the relationship because you gave them something and then they didn't follow through on their promise to you. So I suggest that you always send them a small gift, like a PDF through email. It doesn't have to be through mail. However, a lot of people are doing like a little printed out booklet that they send to them. And actually that's something that I did at my fitness center. I created this magazine. It was just 8 pages. It wasn't like a huge magazine or anything like that. But it had recipes, it had workouts, it had testimonials, it had kind of what we did. It was really an advertorial magazine, and it had, cover on it. It was really beautifully designed as well. I spent a lot of money on it, but I mailed those out to anybody that booked a consultation, and I had like a 95% show up rate for these consultations, whereas most places are now getting like a 60% show rate, which is not horrible, but it's better than 50% that some fitness centers are getting that are relying solely on automation. So make sure you send out a gift to them, whether that's through the post or it is through email. Tip number 4 is you want to send a drive-by video. And this was a friend of mine, Ben Davis, gave me this idea. And I was like, a drive-by video? What's that all about? And so basically what you do is you just put a dash cam on your car and then narrate how to get to your location. Go from like a major intersection or highway or what have you, and then just video it that way. And then what I did, I sped up like the parts where I wasn't really talking and was kind of boring sitting at a light or something like that. So by doing that, now people familiarize themselves with how to get to you, especially if you're kind of in a back area or kind of hard to find a destination, something like that. By sending them this video, it's like, hey, by the way, these are directions on how to get to our studio. And then when you do this drive-by video, what I did was, I stopped the camera and then went out of the car and then videoed going into the studio and then gave them a quick tour of what the fitness center looked like. And that way now they familiarize themselves with what it looks like, what goes on there. And some of the staff waved, and some of the clients that were there while I was filming it, they waved as well. So that was a really great tip. It obviously increased show-up rates because now people weren't like, oh, I couldn't find you. Well, I sent you a video on how to get here. That's tip number 4, send a drive-by video along with your testimonial video and that free PDF. And then the final tip, tip number 5, is the morning of the appointment, you want to send a text reminder. Just as simple, hey, can't wait to see you today at 5 o'clock. Let me know if anything changes. And that way it's day of, they know that they have an appointment with you, that you're excited to see them and help them get the results that they want to get. And so very, very simple text message, and whether you're texting that from your phone or you've set up a text system like even Google Voice, it's free. You can have two-way conversations with people. Very simple, easy, but very, very, very effective as well. That's tip number 5, send a text message the day of the appointment. Well, I hope you enjoyed those 5 tips on how to increase your fitness center show-up rate for appointments. I certainly enjoyed delivering them to you. Well, I've put together a full follow-up, follow-through process. So when a lead comes into your funnel, and then how to contact them to actually book the appointment, and then obviously you want to confirm them with the tips that I just gave you. So I have that free PDF. I put the link down below in the comments. So just click on that, get that PDF, implement it in your business. If you don't have time to implement it, then get on a phone call with me and I can help you with that implementation, or you could outsource it to my service as well. So look for that PDF, make sure you download it, read through it, and implement the process. So you stayed to the end of the video, and so I want to give you this special little statistic that I teased you about at the beginning. I do confirmation calls for my clients, and it's for their webinars to just confirm that people will actually show up at the webinar. And what we found with the statistics of doing over 1,000 of these calls is that when we do a voice confirmation, meaning somebody answers a phone live and we tell them about the seminar and we ask them for a promise that they're going to show up, what we found is that they were 4 times more likely to show up on the webinar than for those that just received a voicemail, a text, or just an email. So think about that. I mean, 4 times more likely to show up. So if you are doing those voice confirmations that I gave in tip number 1, you're going to have a much higher show-up rate for those appointments. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. All right, make sure you click to subscribe on the channel so you can be notified every time that I go and put up more content for you. We have some other videos here that I'd love for you to watch, which the purpose is to make your business better. So if you have any comments, just make those below. Make sure you like and share this video if you found it useful. I do respond to all comments except for the trolly ones, and I look forward to chatting with you. Now you go and have a great day.